Hello, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I am so excited to be coming to you tonight to talk to you about how to publish a website in Canva. So this has been a highly requested training that people have come to me. I'm going to go ahead and open Facebook really quickly, make sure that we are actually live. This is going to bug me, but it'll be okay. All right, so let me make sure we're live where we should be. And we will jump right in. Okay, we are live at Socially Awesome Entrepreneurs. Hey, everyone. Make sure that if you are watching and you have comments that you do give StreamYard permission to know your name. I do use StreamYard when streaming. And that way I know who you are asking the question and I can answer it for you. So we are supposed to have a full house tonight. I know there will be a lot of people catching the replay, but I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to dive right in. Okay. So I made myself some notes over here. Y'all know I have got ADHD so bad. Pray for America. All the meds are on shortage right now. Not kidding. But we're going to dive right in. So let me show. Okay, perfect. You can see my screen. Okay, so Canva has the capability of having websites and you can actually publish them. You can attach a domain. You can have a URL that goes to it. So there are a lot of different unique things you can do. And I'm actually going to show you tonight how to do them. Okay, so if you have questions, make sure you drop them in the chat. Happy to answer them. If I don't know them, I'm sure I can figure it out if I don't know the answer to it. But this is going to be very interactive because I want you to walk away with something that you can use. Okay. I will tell you, full disclosure, Canva's not a website company, or they're not WordPress. So there are some limitations to it, but I will show you some workarounds for that. But this is really cool for someone who maybe doesn't need like a checkout page where you actually would purchase something. If you do have items that you're selling, like a course or something, you can redirect them to a checkout page. You can redirect them to Stripe, PayPal, things like that. And I'm going to go through all of that. But just know that you can't compare this to, a multi-million-dollar company's website. Obviously, those people pay a lot of money for developers, a lot of money to have all the best plugins. There's a whole website world. But if you're just getting started or you're launching a course or you're just trying to, this could even be really good for, let's say, like during the pandemic when we all had to go inside, we all had to go, people had to, like doctors and therapists had to start doing virtual sessions. They could have used a very basic website like this to attract the clients, stay in touch with their clients, and get sessions booked, right? So just know there are some limitations, but I'll try to cover all of those tonight. So the first thing I want you to think about is what all pages you need on your website. So what is the purpose of what you're going to be building? Tonight, I'm going to be showing you one about building a course because I personally have a course that's coming, or I have a course that we did a soft launch on that I'll be relaunching. But I know I have several people in here that are trying to either develop their coaching business or their consulting business or like I said, a course. So we're going to work on that. Now, you can go on Canva and you can search website. There's so many templates already on here. There's retail, there's modern, there's real estate. There's different ones on here. You can check out and see. Okay. So they already have templates. The best thing about Canva, if you don't have Canva Pro, it's the best investment you can make. Like, to this point, I use Canva 15 times a day, probably, for my business. So highly recommend. If you don't have Canva Pro, you get it. If you need a link, drop it in the comments. I am a Canva affiliate. Happy to share that with you as well. There are some things you can do with just the free version, but the pro version is where it's at, okay? Because you don't have the limitations. And I will show y'all while we're building this, a new skill. I did a reel about it yesterday, but about the AI technology that they're adding in Canva as well. So they really are becoming a one-stop shop. So there's all these different templates you can choose from. I have a template that I purchased off Etsy So you can also go on Etsy and you could search, like, let's say there's something specific. So I want a course or Canva course website. Etsy has the most affordable templates. I aspire to one day have an Etsy store that sells nothing but templates, but we're not there yet. One thing at a time. But there's all of these different, I mean, they're like $12, $17, like very inexpensive. A lot of times if you, this is a Etsy hack, by the way, and I'm looking over here because I've got y'all over here and my screen here. So sorry for the back and forth, but a hack. This works on eBay. This hack works on Poshmark. This hack works everywhere. If you just like it, like, oh, I'm going to like this, I guarantee in 20 minutes that seller's going to send me a coupon. It'll get even cheaper. Isn't that crazy? So that's a little hack for you. Do that on eBay. Like it. They send you a coupon magically. Poshmark, you like it, they send you a discount. It works every time. But look at all these notifications of all these like coupons probably in there. Anyway, I already have one and we're going to work with it. Okay. So you could see this template that I purchased came with 36 pages. Now, I probably don't need all of these pages, but let's walk through them a little bit and see, you know, a lot of times they'll give you multiple options for the same thing. So they might give you 4 different designs for, you know, your modules, or 4 different designs for your value. A lot of you will recognize, you've seen this before during my events, which, by the way, if you are not already registered for Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp, get registered. It's free to be in the bootcamp. It will be January 23rd, 24th, 25th. If you're new here and you haven't been here a while, branding is my jam. I did graphic design at a corporate level for a long time. So actual graphics are my jam, and then branding as a whole with your brand identity, your brand voice, all of the things. Happy to have all of you. So make sure you get registered. You can find the link in the bio, in my bio, and also in the cover photo of this group. So let's dive in. All right, so we've got our template. Whether you pick a free one from Canva or you purchase one on Etsy, you got it. Okay. Anytime, and I'm gonna break things down as much as I can tonight, because I realize a lot of times I make the assumption that everyone knows Canva as well as I do. So I want to make sure that I'm being very clear. Anytime you see this little field with the cow, that's a photo. Okay. So like, let me say, oh, I'm gonna put my logo right here. Oh man. It's a picture back here. Okay. So it will take the, like, see how it just took the whole thing back there. Obviously I don't want my logo all, you know, hidden back there. So I might enter like this glitter, right? And that's a little bright for me. So I usually will adjust the transparency to, I don't know if it's my eyes, but I start to get where I'm like, oh, it's too bright. Okay. So we got a little attention grabber there, right? And your attention grabbing headline is going to go here. I'm going to adjust the colors to my branding. Okay. So let's go ahead and change this to my dark color. And if you don't, I heard somebody say this today on a training I was on, and I kind of always, again, assume that everyone knew this. But at the bottom here where you can click change all, it's going to change all of that shade to that color at one time for this whole document. Okay. So it helps speed things along. And then let's change this one to my color too. Here we go. Change it all. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to make up a course. I have no idea. We'll just go with what my event's going to be. Or I don't want to do that. I'll just put new course here because I want this to be the name. So we're just going to design it really quick. I'll try to keep this to a minimal because these are things that are going to be specific to you and what you want on your website. Okay. So I'll just put, Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp. All right. And then again, the same thing with the font. So my font is Anton, the fat one here. And then I'll click change all, and it's change it throughout the whole thing. I also do use Brittany, the Brittany font. And then if you don't like, this is another thing that I've realized a lot of people don't know, but sometimes the letter spacing is adjusted. See this? See how it looks really spaced out? So you can adjust that. You can also adjust the lines. Well, it's only in one line right now, but here we go. See the line? So adjust it to your liking. I tend to put the fat effect on mine. Actually, it's called the offset effect. But let's say I like them a little more spaced together. Okay. And then I'm going to center it. Oh, it looks like it already is. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to have Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp, and I'm going to put like level up your personal brand with me. I don't know. None of this is really as important as teaching you how to do it. Perfect. And then my font here would be the seasons. Cool. All right. So we would go through this and we would design it. Okay. So you can design it however you like. It's going to depend upon the template you choose. Hey, everyone. Thank you for joining. Just walking through how to change things here. We're not going to spend a ton of time on the content part because that's going to be very specific to you. So I'm going to do a couple pages. I'm going to show you how to put links on the buttons. I'm going to show you how to check how to make sure that you have the right link. And then you can also attach a domain name to it. Okay, so that's something else that we want to make sure that you know how to do in the event you have a domain name. If you don't have a domain name, you could purchase one. Like the one I just bought for my son's Shopify store, which we'll be launching next week, I'm excited about, was like $6 for the year. You can get them cheap. So if you wanted a specific domain name, you can do that as well. All right. So we would just go through here and design it however we like to fit. Make sure these are my fonts. Cool. Perfect. We're going to design this however we like. Make sure y'all drop any questions you have in the chat. What is a domain name? So Brittany, when you have like www.sociallyawesome.com, I have to pay for that sociallyawesome.com to have that name. I pay for that yearly. And then a lot of times you pay, or you usually would pay for a company to host it as well. So I pay for the name, sociallyawesome.com, and then I pay for a hosting service. And what the hosting service's job is to make sure that my website has enough server space, that it operates fast enough. So like if you've ever been on an off-brand website and it runs really slow, sometimes they just don't have good hosting or enough space, but you have to pay for that. Because I actually looked at buying sociallyawesome.com spelled the correct way, AWESOME, in case anybody tried to get to my website and accidentally misspelled it. And it's like $150. And I was like, why? But there are people that make money off buying domain names. They go buy domain names that they think people will eventually want. And then they resell them to the company when they actually do want them. Yeah, it's a business. It's a whole business. So we would just go through here. You would enter all the information. Again, really look at other websites, get an idea of what you want. So like you can see here, we've got a cover. We've got something to draw them in. Like, what is their problem? So for this boot camp, I would say, are you struggling with nailing your personal brand? Are you struggling drawing leads to your business? Do you feel like you're posting on social media all the time and not seeing the results you want to see? Right. So I'm going to create the problem. This is specific to this. If you're a realtor, if you're a psychologist, if you've got something else to sell, your strategy might be different. Okay. So this is going to be very specific to a course. But again, when you're looking through all of these templates, you'll get a feel for it. Right. And what the jive should be. So then here we're going to tell. Most websites will have an about me page. They're going to have a page that tells you about who the person is, right? So this is where you might put a picture of yourself and say, like, you'll see pictures of my clients in here too sometimes. But I might put a picture of myself here and say, here's my story. This is how it happened. I see something about jelly beans on here and sugar plum. Oh man, what happened? Hang on. So once you create your pages, enter your information, whatever you're looking to be on here. So this will be a little bit about me. I might add my logo so that people, it's recognizable, right? Put my logo up in the corner or something like that. I don't like it there, but you can put it wherever. Then here we might create the problem again. So again, I said, like, are you posting every day on social media? You're not getting the leads that you want. You're going to input all of your information. So once you go through, because like I said, I don't want to spend too much time on this, the design aspect, because it's going to be different for every single one of you. This is what you really need to know. Okay. One, you need to make sure that when you're done, you don't click the share button, because then you're going to share it like a template. Okay. Unless you click the website, but you can click right here, publish website, after you've designed it. And this is how you can either do it presentation style, arrows to click, back and forth. Don't recommend that. That looks like a PowerPoint. To make it look like a website, you need to click scrolling. Okay. And then open website. So once you have all of your information in here, then it'll scroll like a website. Okay. A couple other things I want to show you. So this website was all about them buying a course. Okay. So if you are trying to collect money or you're trying to send them somewhere, like, hey, I want you to join my community. So I could put here, join my free community. And then you can create buttons. Okay. So let me get the link to Awesome Entrepreneurs really quick. Now, this is another hack. When creating a button in Canva, whether it be a presentation or a website, I highly recommend that you, lost my mouse, sorry, that you add the link to the button and the words, because the button is behind the words, and depending on where this little text box ends, they might end up clicking on the words and it looks like the button doesn't work. Just attach it to both. Okay. So click the square button up here at the top, click the link, paste the link. And I always just hit the enter button, link added. And then I'm also going to do it to the words. Okay. It should give you a little underline once you've done it to the words. Publish website. Let's check it out. Let's make sure it works. Okay. So you got all your information here, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's sell them something or, lead them to your Facebook group, whatever that looks like. And then they get to where they're going to buy or they're going to join or whatever that is. They click here and it goes right to this group that we're in right now. Okay. You can also do the same thing for a photo or my logo. So I might want, if in case they click on my logo, I want them to go to my other website, virtuallyawesome.com. So publish website. Let's check it, make sure it works. Just in case they click on it, it goes there. Okay. Now, as I said in the beginning, the issue you're going to have is if you're trying to collect payment. So I personally use a system called ThriveCart to collect payment for any of my, not for my monthly clients. So my monthly clients get a QuickBook invoice because it's not a one-time payment. It's a reoccurring payment. But for my one-time payments, like if you bought a consulting package from me, you will go to ThriveCart. So I would just set up that ThriveCart Thrivecart is a checkout system. I paid a lifetime payment for it, so I don't pay monthly for it. But I paid lifetime, and if I was selling something with this website, it would redirect in there to collect payment. You could also, I mean, you could get super creative if you don't have any of that set up and you're going to use this to sell something. You could have it redirect them to your Venmo or your PayPal and have a little word here that says, you know, shoot me a Venmo with X amount of dollars, and, you know, make sure you put in the description what it's for. Like, you could have them redirect them anywhere. And I'll show y'all in the upper corner of the editor menu too. Let's see here. So there's several different things you can do here as well. Like if you wanted to put this out on social media or anything like that. Of course, I don't know if y'all knew this, but you can actually schedule directly through Canva. So that's pretty cool. And then you can also, as I said, connect a domain name. So you would need to look at the, let's see, I don't know if it's in this section. No. Let's get out of here and go. Let me see. Okay, so you would have to, of course, to use your own domain name, you do have to, you would need to host your domain somewhere first. Look at this. Look how many we have here. Oh my gosh. You would need to host your domain names somewhere first. So that's a whole different thing. That's the mobile version. But when you go to publish website here, you can, and this is what I would recommend, especially if you don't have a domain or you're not hosting it somewhere. I would recommend that you open the website and you create a bit.ly at least. So I'll show y'all how to do that in case there's anybody on here that doesn't know how to do that. But this is a very long link and it's not rememberable. Like you cannot tell somebody out on the street, oh, go to canva.com/design DAFXAAAFN. No. So if you don't have a domain name, then I would copy this. I would go to bit.ly. Bit.ly you can use for free. It doesn't cost any money. There is a paid option, of course. But I would just create you a bit.ly that would say, we might call this like Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp. Okay, so that's my title, so I know what it is. And then what do I want the back half to be? So that's still kind of long, so I might do Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp. I don't know. This is so, oh, it already exists. Okay. 2023. There we go. Already exists. This is not working out. Okay. Brand Boss 2023. There you go. And it will tell you if someone else already has it. That way you're not redirecting people to other bit.lys. But then you can copy this. Let's test it. And it brings them to our website. So like I said, the main things, let me make sure I got my notes. So I talked about the bit.ly. The domain name, let's find that because Canva updates all the time. It's I think it's here, huh? Someone said bottom left of the screen. They have moved certain things around. Nope. Am I missing it, y'all? I know it's doable. I've done it for a client before. Website, no. On your profile. Got it. Okay. Yep. Yep, right here. Perfect. Thank you. So I don't have any domain names, okay? But like not attached here. But once you publish a website, so you would need to, as I said, you would need to get a domain name, okay? You have to update the DNS settings in your hosting service. So like if you bought a domain name from GoDaddy, you would need to connect it to and connect the DNS settings to your Canva account, okay? And then once all of that's done, there's a verification process. It could take up to 72 hours to actually go through. I say up to. It could probably take longer than that, or it could be instantaneous, because that's why Socially Awesome was down for so long, or down suddenly a couple of months ago, if y'all remember that nightmare, because we were in the middle of a boot camp. But it was because I got a different hosting service, and my website, the girl I was working with on my website told me that it could take, 3 days. Let's go ahead and just do it. And it happened instantaneously, and my whole website just came down. So it was a mess. But I highly recommend you, like I said, to look at the different templates depending on what your service is providing or what you're looking to do. This is also another way that you can have like a landing page, or you could have, if you're running a special like during Black Friday. I think that I even have one. I know y'all have seen them, and you might just not even knew they were a Canva site, during Authentically Awesome Bootcamp. Okay. During the bootcamp, I presented this for everyone that was there. I was running a special on my agency services. And this is a Canva website. My regular website, I didn't want to go through the hassle of designing things on WordPress that are like a week, like a time-sensitive week. So I just do them in Canva. And all of this was clickable. I was able to, you can see the template now, right? I was able to, I'm trying to get to the bottom. I put testimonials in there. And a lot of you were there, so but I was able to create the problem that you have and the solution. And then at the end, I even put clickable links for my socials, my podcast, all of those things. Okay. So this is one that's complete, and it's easy. I mean, you can add pictures of yourself. You can add whatever you'd like. And I can promise you, Etsy is a gold mine. Okay. So if you if you don't see any of these templates you like and you're a realtor, you could search Canva website realtor on Etsy and probably find hundreds. Okay. Hundreds. So I want to make sure that I got everything. Another thing to consider is a lot of, your audience best. Okay. So a lot of people are watching this on a mobile device, or they're always checking out all of your information on a mobile device. So make sure that you either view it on your phone. I'm not going to say it's going to look the prettiest on your phone. Now you can set it up, and I'll show you that really quickly too, for mobile devices, and just see what it looks like on a desktop. So that is an option as well. If you say, hey, look, I know all of my users are on a phone, and I just need it to look good for a phone. So you can actually, I resized the one I already have, but you could search for templates for mobile first presentation right here. You could search templates, and here you go. Here's a real estate agency. We'll use this one. Okay. So they might be trying to sell this house, or I don't know. Let's see what they're doing. So let's build one really quickly together. So here if I'm a real estate agent, I'm going to put a picture of me or the name of my agency, my logo. My second page would be table of contents. Welcome, about me, the vision, the service. Canva's got all of this in here, okay? So you would just add the pages that you like, add your branding, okay? This is something you could send to leads, easily send to your leads. They even got the little hamburger stack, so it looks like a real website, right? And then when you go to present it, you're going to present it as, where's it at? Website. Here we go. Scrolling again. And this would be what it would look like on a cell phone. Pretty cool. So like I said, you can take your desktop version and view it on your phone. Just make sure it doesn't jumble letters or any of that together. Most of what I build for desktop because I am trying to work with that entrepreneur. And a lot of times, I mean, a lot of us entrepreneurs are always on the go, but a lot of times we're in front of the computer all day. So I do build most of my things for desktop mode, but I usually view them on the phone and make sure they don't look completely crazy. Now, a cool thing though is with the 16 by 9 that we built, the first one we built together, they could turn their phone to the side and it would be viewable easily. So that is an option as well. But just make that determination on, you should know your audience. And if you don't know your audience, you definitely need to be in the Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp because we're going to talk about that there. Okay. Let me know what Canva questions you have in the comments. I want to show y'all another cool trick, cool hack. Some of you might already know this, some of you might not, but I'm going to show you. So Canva is testing a lot of things, beta, okay? So as you know, they have Docs now, which is a direct competitor to like Google Doc, okay? But let me show you. So if I open up a doc in Canva, click this button, it gives you the options to create a document, right? I could create a timer. I don't know I guess to see how long you're going to write for. I have no idea, but you can design it. You can have different sizes, different places. Look, this is like, I might want to add a header. Oh, cool. Okay. But that's not what I'm trying to show you. I'm trying to show you the really cool thing. This magic write. So I don't know how many of you have used AI technology and writing captions and things like that, blog postings. I've been testing it with my agency because it really is going to help us scale. And I'm very particular about copyright. So it worries me sometimes about AI writing things because I want to make sure that it has my client's voice and same terminology, but it's super helpful. So we're using it and we're adjusting it, but let's say I'm going to write, what are 5 social media marketing tips? Now, while it's thinking, I will tell you it's limited. So if you have the free version of Canva, you get 25 of these writes per month. If you have the pro, you get 75. And if this works out to be as cool as it is, that's a huge savings for people because the AI technology we're currently using is $100 a month. So, and that's because it's the best. Yeah, there are some AI technologies out there you can totally tell a robot wrote that. Like it's like really bad. But the best is expensive and it's limited to us, not unlimited. But look, it just populated out five things. So if you're not in the blogging, this could be, if you're into blogging, this could be really helpful. If you are looking to write social media captions, this could be super helpful. If you need reel ideas or you need ideas for video content, this could be helpful. So another thing I'll tell you about this, it is not in every language, which I'm pretty sure everybody in my group is. I mean, I've got some people from Australia and Canada and different places, but I think everybody's, for the most part, English speaking. It's not available in every single language, but it's a bunch. It's like Spanish. I don't think it's in French yet. You have to look on Canva's FAQs. The other thing is it's because it's been in beta testing for so long, or they're just now beta testing it. Its information is coming from 2021. So don't ask it like, when did Betty White die? Okay, because it probably will not tell you because it doesn't have 2022's data loaded yet, right? So that kind of stuff, like certain events, it might not know because it was loaded in 2021, but it's super cool. I mean, use it with a grain of salt, but I thought it was a really cool option. for captions and copywriting and for people that are struggling to just get ideas on what to post, right? And there's some other cool features here too. So you can follow Canva on like YouTube. They give free tutorials. I have this one. I've done some other trainings there in the guide section. I'll be teaching you how to do reels in Canva next week. And then of course, Become a Brand Boss Bootcamp is 3 days long, and we will have all types of information in there. And I use Canva multiple times per day. Like I can't even tell you how many times a day. So let me know in the comments really quickly what questions you have. I know I rambled and went pretty quickly, but I don't want to take an hour of your time to design it, because that's not going to be relevant to you. What's relevant to you is how to do it, how to get it out there, and what you need to think about. So let me know in the comments what questions you have. If y'all didn't know, I launched my coffee shop also. So if you're a coffee junkie like me, good? Everybody's good? Well, if we don't have any questions, then I hope you will all get registered for the upcoming bootcamp. Like I said, it's completely free. You do get a workbook with it, and I do have a VIP option. So I have had a couple people that messaged me and asked me if I have a VIP option. I do. The VIP option is $27, and you get all of the recordings, and then we'll have a Q&A session on the 23rd and the 24th. So just to put it in context, my one-on-one hourly strategy sessions right now are $300 for an hour. So you can get a 1 hour Q&A with me. It's a small group setting on the 23rd and the 24th for $27 plus all the recordings. So I would call it a steal. And you're going to want it because you're going to want to go back and listen, because a lot of times during these trainings, I word vomit, right? And you're like, oh God, I got to go back and listen again. So I hope everyone has learned something, and I will see y'all in the group. Bye guys.